The process of me moving to Germany was very quick. Since the day I noticed that there might be a German school that would take me in until the day I get into the plane and fly here, it was like 6 months in total. And during those 6 months, I was extremely busy taking care of all the documents, applying for school, taking care of the visa, leaving everything behind to fly here. It's just a lot of work, and because of that, I didn't really had any time to do proper research about Germany. And obviously that had caused me a lot of trouble, a lot of culture shock. And during those first years, sometimes I wish that someone would have told me all of this before I move here so I can mentally prepare for it. That is why in this video, I'm gonna talk about a list of things that I wish I have known before I moved to Germany. I cannot go back in time to give myself that list, but maybe someone out there might need it, or maybe someone would find it interesting to know. The first thing I wish I knew is that Germans are cold, not the country. I mean, the country is also cold and depressing in the winter, but the people are quite distant and quite cold. Before coming here, I was kind of glorifying the West. I know that sounds problematic. Let me explain myself. At that time, I was 22, 23. I had never been to a Western country before, and the only sources I know about that place is from the media, from some foreigners that I met in Vietnam, and from my German boyfriend. And when it came to Western media, there were only American stuff for me to consume in Vietnam. There were almost no European or German media there. American media had created a picture of a typical Westerner in my mind, a very outgoing, friendly person who liked to talk to strangers, who liked to express themselves in public, who liked to party, which made me very excited because in a way I see myself as an extrovert. I think I'm kind of friendly and I like to talk to strangers. When I was in Vietnam, I also met some Europeans and Germans who were on holiday, and they were also very outgoing, friendly, and very fun to hang out with even when you first met them. So I thought that must be the norm. No, that was not. Germans on holiday are different compared to the German you meet in Germany. They are on vacation, they are more chill, more relaxed, they are ready to open to the world. And last but not least, most of the things I learned about Germans so far were from my German boyfriend. He has a lot of typical German traits, but he's really different compared to a lot of Germans that I met here. And most importantly, we are in love, so around me, he's a silly little goose. So yeah, because of those experiences, I had a completely different imagination of how Germans would be like. And when I came here, I was super excited to like talk to people, being outgoing and like meeting super friendly people on the street and things like that. It didn't happen. I have to say, Germans are really reserved with strangers and it's really hard to talk to them if you don't know them very well. And plus, when I'm hyping up myself to approach someone to talk to them and their faces are like this, I would feel a bit disencouraging. People don't smile that often over here, at least compared to my country. In Vietnam, people just like having this kind of pleasant face like this all the time. We just want to make the other people feel comfortable. In Germany, I feel like people just don't bother to do it because they feel more comfortable to express their true emotion and they don't need to smile to please anyone. During the first year here, I felt very lonely because my expectations were shattered with the reality. I didn't expect people to be so distant, and it was really hard to make German friends or even integrate with the society. That's why I thought if I were mentally prepare myself better, it would be not such a cultural shock and I could like deal with the coldness of German a bit better. So the second thing that I wish I knew is that you can basically buy everything in Germany. There is no need to bring anything from Vietnam except a lot of money. The warm clothes in Vietnam was designed to deal with like 10-degree weather, not like minus something and snowy like in Germany. People would suggest me to bring a lot of Vietnamese food like noodle, dry vegetable, dry mushroom, vermicelli and things like that. And I did bring all of them. And guess what? I can buy all of them here in the Asian supermarkets. Okay, not all of them. Some of them you cannot find here, and also the price are different. But it's just not worth it to carry like 50 kilograms of stuff here and then at the end figure out that most of them I can get here anyway. And honestly, some of the stuff that I can get in Germany has even better quality and the price are very reasonable too. For example, people told me to bring pen because the Vietnamese pen would be better, which is not true because have you guys seen this pen? I bought it from Germany. It's super popular in Germany and it's godsend. It's the best pen I have ever used in my life and it's also very cheap too.
Nice.
If you want to buy any technology stuff, wait until you go to Germany. They are super easy to return, they're guaranteed, and it's just way more convenient. I mean, if you have enough luggages and manpower to carry them around and bring it to Germany, of course, pack as much as you want. But if you know that it's gonna be a hassle, I would highly recommend to just go to Germany and then slowly buy this stuff. The next thing on the list is that I wish I would knew how direct Germans are. Like I read about it before I came here, Germans are really direct, but I don't understand the meaning of it because in Vietnam people are super indirect. They never tell you what they really think. They talk like this and then you have to like throughout all of that, navigating what they really meant. Up until that point, I have never really met any direct person, so I don't really know what is being direct mean. Do not count German boyfriends. As I said, he's a silly little goose with me. I came here being very Vietnamese, never tell people what I really thought. And when I like talking to people over here, it was just like a complete shock. For example, when I hang out with someone over here and after the meeting, they said, let's meet again. I would thought, okay, in Vietnam, you always say that after the meeting and you never meet, right? No, they actually meant that and they will reach out to you soon to schedule a date with you. Or if I upset someone over here, they would come to my face and they would let me know that they are mad at me. That would never happen in Vietnam. If someone is mad at me in Vietnam, by a subtle way, they would let me know. Like they wouldn't smile with me that often, they wouldn't say hi to me in the morning, or they just silently ghost me. And then I have to like from those hints, I have to notice that. So needless to say, I barely ever face any confrontation in Vietnam. So over here, people just like confront me in my face if like I pissed them off or something. That was really shocking. And at the beginning, I was really scared. But turned out it's just a normal way of conversation. Same thing happened when a German told me that they like me because I would think like, probably you didn't mean that. But they actually mean it. They are very honest with their emotion. So yeah, if I knew that they actually meant what they said, it would save me so much time and headache trying to figure out what they actually meant. The next thing I wish I knew is that moving to Germany is not gonna be the answer to solving all of my life problems. Since I was a child, I always thought of studying abroad in a developed country. It's like a magical dream, and once I put my foot into that country, that's it. Everything is gonna be perfect from there. My life would just like going up like this. Turned out, managed to make it into Germany was just like the beginning of the battle. First of all, since I came here as a student, I had to talk about studying in Germany. Studying in Germany is not for the weak. It was tough. During my first semester, I had to meet with several doctors because studying here was so stressful. My body just couldn't cope with it. My stomach was just in pain 24/7. Also, Germany just has a lot of rules, and if you want to be a good resident here, you have to follow all of them. At the beginning, it was really stressful to even remember what kind of rules they have, and I was always worried that I would be somehow accidentally broke some rules because I don't even know that they existed. For example, there are like 8 to 10 kind of rubbish that I have to separate into different bins, which is okay, good for the environment. It's just that once you messed up, you're gonna get fined from the government or your neighbor gonna yell at you, which was not nice, but it's good to build character, I would say. Or I have to remember to lower my volume, although when I'm inside of my house, otherwise my neighbor would complain. Or I cannot walk so loud. I cannot listening to music at a certain time of the day. And on Sunday, I cannot even breathe anymore because any noise would be forbidden. And if you ever have any contact with the bureaucracy over here, you would understand the pain. There was just a lot of paperwork and you have to do it precisely. If you mess up a little bit, you have to do everything again or you're gonna be in a big trouble. I thought since Germany is a developed, rich country, if I live over there, I would make more money and I would have more money in saving and then I would just have like a better life in general, which I still think is true. But still, it's not as beautiful as I thought. Even people in Germany has to deal with a lot of financial problem too because, I mean, although they earn a lot, they have to pay a lot for everything as well. Taxes are super high over here. In Vietnam, they believe that you cannot be rich if you just want to be an employee. You have to like doing something of your own to make money, which I think is kind of true, but in Germany, it's really hard if you want to open your own business and everything. So my dream of being rich by being an entrepreneurship was pretty shattered at first. Now I'm a freelancer, so I would say I was still doing the thing that I dreamed to do in Vietnam. It just, the level of the game is like 10 times harder here. So yeah, naturally it was not easy as I thought, which is normal. I was just too young to thought about it. And if I could go back, I would tell myself that do not be too excited, maybe calm down and prepare yourself. The next thing I wish I knew is how long everything would take in Germany. Before coming here, I heard that Germans are very famous for efficiency, so everything must be done very quickly. Wrong! Everything takes forever, and you have to learn to be patient. Let me give you some example. In Vietnam, if you want to buy a couch, I go to the furniture store, I bought the couch, and they deliver it in the same day or the next day. This couch took me 7 weeks to be delivered, and that was fast, okay? The kitchen took me 3 months to be delivered. The rest of the furniture took a very significant amount of time as well. If you're sick and you're lucky enough to have a house doctor, they would take you in and then check immediately what's wrong with you. But if you're like severely sick and you need to go to a special doctor, get ready to wait anywhere from 1 month to 6 months. I mentioned that I have severe stomachache because of studying over here, right? I had to go to have a, what is it called when you put a camera here to down here to check? It took me so long until they called me to let me in. My stomach was not even that hurt anymore, so I was in pain for like 3 months. And then when I show up to do all of that, I was not even hurting anymore. And if you ever want to renew a visa, get ready for the wildest ride of your life. When I first came here, they gave me a visa of 6 months. So I was super chill. I was waiting until the last 1 month to contact them to do that. Haha, wrong. You better contact them as soon as you come to Germany. In Vietnam, everything happens so fast and instantly. I was just kind of spoiled. And when I came here, I have to learn to be patient, to book appointment, and to wait for months for it to happen. At first, it was unbearable because I have no patience at all. But I mean, as I said, it built character, and now I'm kind of learning how to wait a little bit. The next thing is actually a pretty sad thing, not really related to moving to Germany, but moving abroad in general. When I was in Vietnam, I had a very close friend group. And when I moved to Germany, I thought with the help of technology, our friendship would be still the same and I still have a very good connections with all of the people in Vietnam. It didn't happen. I think we try our best to keep in contact and we are close friends still, but it's just not the same as being there for each other at the same place when life happens. It's a pretty hard pill to swallow at first, like seeing myself kind of distancing with the group because I don't really know what is going on with their life anymore, and our lives are just so different now. It's just pretty sad. On the other hand, the relationship between me and my family has improved. thanks to me moving to another country. I didn't know that that could be a possibility, but yeah, my parents kind of see me as a grown-up who managing her life in a foreign country now. And my sister kind of like open up with me more because they see me not like a child anymore. You lose some, you get some. And last but not least, the language. If you watch my video, you know that I talk about how hard German language is several times already. And although I made it in a funny kind of way, it was really a big struggle. If I could go back in time, I would love to spend years of my life learning German. Although I don't know where could I do that because I was busy learning English at that time. I already told you that it is not that easy to like talk to Germans over here because they are not that open to people they don't know well. So honestly, you don't have that many chance to practice your German if your circle of people are small or you don't have German friends here. I can get by with doing basic stuff in German like going shopping or other things, but if I want to express myself like this in English, my level is not that good yet. It's been 4 years of me learning this language, and honestly, it's also my fault that I didn't put like 100% of my effort to learn it because I was busy getting my master degree, also having my side job as a influencer content creator. At the moment, I'm not a student anymore, so I have more time to join more online classes to learn German. It's getting better, but I don't know how long would it take. So I was filming all of that yesterday, and while I was whining about how hard learning German was, I realized that I had a German class that I needed to attend right at that moment. So I abandoned everything, jumped to the class. How was the class? Not so good. It's always not so good. But still, I have to be proud of myself for showing up consistently and not crying in class. I guess that's the price I have to pay for not learning German early enough, but it is what it is, and it is never too late to start something. Anyway, I think it's time to end the video here. As usual, thank you very much for watching. I have read a lot of comments on other videos that I post on my channel, and you guys are really adorable. So thank you very much again. I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye bye!